But I'm just
You
trying
told
to
me that
say
this
that
predicate
it's the
temporal
saying is
means
too
nothing.
vague. The
It's just in
the
reference to the motor
context.
universe. That's literally
I'm
my
just
point.
hold on. Wait, huh?
No, no, I say like, okay, so what do you think that they could be like using the word temporal in this sense? Like,
I don't
why do you
know.
think that they use the word temporal here? Like, just to say that it's oh, okay, this universe is
Because you're
mortal or
continuing
whatever.
to live. It could be something around those lines.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I already explained why, like, when they use temporal and the round that Goku is currently, like,
Hold
if they
on.
specify that the round that Goku cannot go is temporal, and Goku is in another round, we can also apply that this round in question is atemporal. Like, this is basic logic. This is the logical explanation of the
You're
statement.
saying that,
Okay,
but
and I don't know why. Wait, wait. I don't know why you're shifting points into like going into other points that do not actually matter to the actual topic. So the actual topic was about how Goku can scale to like such abstract, abstract rounds or entities like the afterlife,
Yeah,
right?
nigga, and
I
you lost
told
that
you
point,
that
nigga.
the Kaioshin round is a higher plane of existence within the universe, right? And then I told
This
you
nigga lost the point, and you
that
immediately
even the
leave,
Kaioshin
dude.
round is not a temporal word. It's a timeless spaces round. I
okay, I
gave you the
think
justification. I gave you like the logical explanation behind
This
the
nigga just jumped to
Supreme Kai
conclusions,
statement,
bro.
talking about how Goku can all go into the mortal universe. And I explained to you how the Kaioshin round is also timeless.
so.
By the way, you gave me a scan showing how the shockwaves from both Goku and Beerus clashes reach the Kaioshin round. And since these shockwaves have the enough, power or
Yeah,
capability
I
to
just
reach the Kaioshin
wanna.
round, you also mean that Goku has outerversal IP because he's affecting a abstract realm that likes the constant space time. We can go. By the way, you also agree that abstract entity that exists mind independently should also be beyond the constant space time and consequently be outerversal. So, like, I don't know
So
what I'm trying to say by that, bro. I feel like I already lost this because you do not
okay, so
have the
I just want to
minimal
say
knowledge
one
about
more
Dragon Ball.
thing, and then we can move on real quick. I still think the earlier point I said still works, but even then, I've sent a definition to Chad where temporal doesn't innately mean just time, um, and it even says that one of the synonyms of temporal is mortal. So that further supports what I'm trying to say. That when they're talking about temporal world, they're not
Wait, this
specifically
nigga
in
just conceded to
reference.
my point.
I got kicked.
Wait.
Yo,
So
I
do you
got
agree?
kicked. Go
Do
down.
you agree that it's supposed to
You got
spiritual affairs?
kicked?
Yeah, I got kicked. Go down.
Alright.
But that
Do you
further,
agree that
but
by your own definition, no mono? Okay, by your own definition, we can read this relating to worldly as opposed keyword here, opposed to spiritual affairs, right? You know what spiritual means? Spiritual is essentially non-physical. So if in this context they're talking about some temporal word which is opposed from like spiritual affairs, right? And the right question is not temporal, you mean that the random question is also non-physical, if you get my logic here.
so
So by your own
yeah,
definition,
I
it
get
also
it,
implies that like the
but
question round
spiritual
should be
affairs.
non-physical.
So yes, it is true that spiritual can mean spiritual in of itself can be an abstract. But when we say spiritual affairs, no one uses that in context of abstract affairs. When you're saying spiritual affairs, you're in reference to things like religion and stuff. And I could send you
What?
that. Yes.
No. Where's it talking? Okay, so when you talk about spiritual affairs, they
I'll
talk
send
about
it.
non-physicality. Do you know this concept?
No, no, that's not how that term is used here. I'll send it in chat.
What? No. I said no. I explained to you, right? How like when they're talking about being exposed to such thing, like spiritual. Do you want me
And then
to
hold
send you
on,
the type of spiritual?
wait. I just because this debunks her shit too. Another thing that supports that is the fact that they literally use the fucking colon. I don't know what it's called, semicolon, I think, and then say secular. So and secular is also usually in reference to things like religion or whatever. Has nothing to do with space and time.
No.
Now cinnamon. Yeah, yes.
No. Definitely, this question is indicating progression, which would like relate to.
Secular, no, secular usually
Oh,
means you're not religious or you don't like that. That's kind of the whole point. That's why people say like America's a secular nation because it doesn't have religion as its government or stuff like that. Like secular is commonly in reference to religion and things like that. But either way, again, the synonyms, by the way, and we can read it again, have nothing to do with space time. It says secular, non spiritual, profane, material, earthly, terrestrial, non
uh,
religious. And then it also says mortal. So when they're saying that he can never go back to the mortal realm, or when they're saying they can never go back to the temporal realm, because of the definition that I sent, it can also be in reference to specific or be in reference to only the mortal realm. And so the reason why he cannot go back isn't because he's atemporal, but is because he is dead. And that's like the sole and
Nigga,
only reason. I think
I
we can
never say
conclude.
he's at the part, bro. I say the round that he is currently is at the
Damn,
part.
bro.
But whatever.
We can move
By
on.
the way, do you okay? Wait. Do you agree that
And by the way,
wait?
this and by the way, the definition
Do
of
you agree that
temporal means
like the spirit
relating
of
to
affairs
time. So the
will
earlier
also be in
interpretation
reference
I
to
gave also
secular?
fits. Huh?
Do you agree that spirit of affairs will also be in reference to like secular or religious like related content?
Yes.
Okay, so if something is temporal, by your own definition, you'll be opposed to these things like religious things or spiritual things, right? Which would mean that temporal is physical. It's like a physical concept, for example, like is a physical
Yes.
demonstration or representation. Okay. So yeah, like if it's physical or if it's like has physical magnitude, right? And Goku is in a realm where physical like is not a physical realm because, for example, again, let me just say my point again. So if Goku is in a realm and we know that Goku cannot go into any physical realm, then we would like logically conclude that Goku is in a non-physical realm. Okay.
Can
Also,
you
respond to
conclude,
your other
bro?
point, like Goku not
So
having permission. Goku not having permission to go into the mortal universe because he's dead or whatever the fuck. This not like debunk my argument.
I'm
Like,
gonna just say
what
this
the
and
fuck
then
are
we
you
can
trying to
move
tell? Are you
on.
trying to tell that just because? Okay,
I want to
so
say this and then we
essentially,
can
if
move on.
Goku had the
You're
ability to
making
go back in the mortal universe to tell the Kashin realm was like timeless, what's this
yeah,
like? What does that have to do with
yeah.
anything of my conclusion?
Okay, I'm gonna just say this and we can move on. So you made some weird ass like thing. You're saying that because spiritual and whatever is physical and it says it's opposed to that, then that means it's a spatial or
I
whatever.
did not say
That's
spirit
stupid
as
as
physical. By the
shit.
way, I did not say.
No,
I say
you
that
said
like
spiritual
temporality.
affairs. Spiritual affairs.
Well, I was in reference. I was saying in reference to temporal. Temporal means that you're opposed to these spirit affairs, which also
Yeah,
means
which
that
are
temporal
physical.
is opposed to no physicality.
Yeah, that non
You're
physicality or
just not getting my
physicality.
argument, bro.
Wait, spiritual affairs. Okay, it's opposed to spiritual affairs, so it's opposed to physicality or non physicality.
No physicality, bro. That's what I've been
So
trying to
that
say.
supports my argument. All right, we can move on.
Okay, so yeah, you're basically essentially agreeing. Okay, so since you agree with this, that like the mortal universe is temporal, and temporal by your own definition is
Wait, hold
opposed
on,
to
wait,
no
no,
physicality,
my bad.
then it will also
I
mean
just listened
that
to what you just said. My
if
bad.
they're talking about
So
Goku not being able to go into some temporal world, you
but
also
the
mean that
issue,
Goku currently is a non-physical world
but
following
okay,
your own definition of temporal.
but
So
like I've
nice, you just
already,
conceded to my
like I've
point.
already proven
You
though
pretty
when
much
we're
lost
saying,
the debate, bro. You
good job.
cannot
So
back up.
you're saying
You
that when
have
you,
zero knowledge about Dragon
okay,
Ball, bro. You do not
okay,
even know what the
okay,
fuck the Kakashi Rao was in reference to, bro.
bro. But when we're saying spiritual affairs, that's not talking about non. I agree that spiritual in of itself can be talking about fucking non-physical, but spiritual added on with affairs gives it a whole new context, which is usually in reference to religion and stuff, which is supported because it has a semicolon and says secular. Okay, so the whole point of this is talking about religious and things like that, and the synonyms given with this word also support that because it says things like secular, non-spiritual, and fucking and yeah, that's it. So those
Okay.
are synonyms with those words, right? The whole point of this is just trying to say that. And again, also one of the synonyms is mortal. So you can never go to the temporal world with just being referenced in the mortal world. We can conclude. We can move on.
Wait. Okay, so I get like okay, I say that spiritual affairs necessarily mean something non-physical. You disagree with that? Okay, can you give me an example of like something being spiritual
I've already sent it to
and
you.
physical at the same
No,
time?
now what I said didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, so I agree with my position here. Yeah,
No,
so
because I'm
since you agree,
agreeing
I
that
think that
spiritual in
everyone on
of
this PC
itself.
can
No,
say
bro, is
that
he
if something is
retarded?
temporal,
No,
you'll be
bro,
opposing to non-physicality, which
no,
also
I
backs up my
said that
point, which you
spiritual
didn't agree.
by.
So I guess that
Okay,
everyone on this PC can understand how he lost, bro.
you just did not listen. We could conclude like it's
I
whatever.
did no, I did listen. I asking you, okay, so why does
No,
like
you
spirit
didn't
affairs
because
matter
I
in the first
literally
place?
told
You
you.
say that I ask you, do you agree that spirit affairs can be in reference to physical things?
Okay,
You
so
say
if you
no,
had
I don't
actually
say that.
listened to what
Okay,
I,
so
if you
since you
had,
do not agree, then then it would be more
Okay,
likely
so
for my interpretation to be the case whatsoever.
if you had actually listened to what I said, I literally told you that once you add the word affairs, the context of what spiritual means changes. Do you know that? Do you know that when you put one word with another word, that the words and their meanings can change significantly,
Okay,
dumbass?
so
So
give
I
me
can
another.
agree that
Okay, so
spiritual in of
now
itself
if they can
has
change,
certain
like we can use
contexts that is in
another
reference to
words that
non-physical.
can
The
like be in reference
spiritual
to
and the
spiritual. Okay, give me
spiritual
one
paired with
example
affairs does not
that
have that.
changing whatever context that you want for
I've already
spiritual, the word
did. I
spiritual.
already sent
Give me
you
one
it.
example that applies for physicality, which is the main point here.
Let's move
Can we
on.
debate, Leonardo?
I ask you for an
Let's move
example.
on.
If you do not
I
agree,
already
okay,
did.
if you
Look at
agree my
chat.
point,
Let's move on.
Just
wait, if you
conclude,
agree my
please.
point that spiritual inherently
I've
means
already
like
sent it in
non-physical.
chat. Can we move on?
No, if you agree my point that spiritual inherently is a non-physical concept, then you
Man,
pretty much
you
be
Oh my
conceding to it.
god. Oh
retarded.
my god. We don't understand English. All right, move on, bro. You are dumb as fuck.
Fucking
What do you mean move on?
like
You already
this is
conceded
the
that the
worst
question round is
ass
a
beating I have
abstract
ever
plane.
saw in my life.
Let's conclude.
This
Or
nigga is
not conclude. End the
terrible.
debate.
I mean, you
It.
already conceded that the question round is
Okay,
a
You
so
didn't
do
true
you
or
concede.
want
You
to end
lost.
it? Like it's
inaccurate.
over then, bro. It's just over.
Fucking ass bag. Oh my god.
Well, rather than like trying to debunk the other word shit or the question round shit for like
Can you
important
stop talking,
arguments,
dude?
you're just being appealing to, oh,
Can we
this
move
could be the
on?
case that it's
Can we end
important
the debate?
in this reference is in reference to
Can we
like
end the
more
debate?
universe or whatever the fuck.
Can we
You didn't
end the
debunk shit,
debate?
nigga. You didn't say anything about
Okay,
the
then let's
absolute
end the
being
debate.
abstract. You even conceded to one of my premise. You even
So do you
considered
want?
that the afterlife is an abstract
So do you
plane.
want to end the
The fact
debate?
that Goku can exist there and can like destroy like planets there will also
So
What are
prove
you
that he
saying?
has
Like, do
universal
you
AP
even know what you're
whatsoever.
saying?
okay. So do you want to
But
end the
yeah, I
debate?
mean, anyone on this PC who applied that Mono was appealing to some. Like, I gave in the argument, and the argument that I used one
You
of the rules
lost.
of
You
inference.
lost.
And the rule of
You
inference that I used to
lost.
provide, like,
Can
You
we
proof
are
end the
that the
debate?
Kaishin Round was
horrible.
timeless was
You
modus
are
tollens. I say that
horrible. You
Goku
suck.
is staying around will
Oh
indicate that the
my
round
Can
question
we
is
end the
god.
timeless.
debate?
And he tried to appeal the fact that
You
just because he
keep
cannot go into
talking.
that round is because he's dead. But this does not bring shade in the first
Fucking
place.
retard.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So
I mean,
can
I
we
don't.
end the
I just
debate?
started this debate because this guy does not know like
Can we
anything
end the
about
debate?
Dragon Ball at all, bro.
Okay, but do you want to end the debate?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Alright, bro.
Fucking ass bag. You suck, bro.
Bro, I'm on the one.
You fucking suck. Oh my